कि अपने घर में है, किसी के घर में है ही नहीं। 3 साल का बच्चे को इतना बड़ा बीमारी है जो कि बड़ा बड़ा सहन नहीं कर पाते, वो हमारे बच्चे ने सहन किया है, तो बहुत बुरा लग रहा था। अच्छा, थैंक यू टाटा, इतना अच्छा ट्रीटमेंट कर रहा है, बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, इधर आके बहुत हिम्मत बढ़ गया।
The Tata Memorial Hospital was commissioned on February 28, 1941 by the Sir Dorabji Tata Trust as a center of enduring values and a mission of concern for the people of India. It's the biggest cancer treatment and research center in India. Every year, more than 40,000 patients from all parts of the country and some from neighboring countries come to Tata Memorial Hospital with hopes of cure and care. Over 1,000 patients attend the OPD daily for medical advice, comprehensive care and for follow-up treatment. Of the 30,000 new patients, about 2,000 patients are children. Nearly 70% of the patients are treated almost free of charge. The story of childhood cancers is one of the true success stories of modern medicine. A disease which was invariably fatal 30 years ago now enjoys a long-term survival of 70 to 80%, and most survivors are cured. But the journey of innocent children as they wage their war against this dreaded disease is full of horrors of the disease as well as scars of the treatment.
Though adult and childhood cancers, the name cancer is same, the disease is entirely different. In that respect, actually the childhood cancers are highly curable cancers, and most of them, basically more than 80% of childhood cancers can be totally cured. Whereas in adults, most of the adult cancers are what we call controllable cancers, and in children we have curable cancers. So that is a big difference, and because of that actually we really want to do something for children with cancer.
However, the treatment of childhood cancers is quite intense, prolonged and expensive.
We are started as an 80-bed hospital. Today we are 579 beds. Our number of patients who come to this hospital is almost 40 to 50,000 per year. Still we are trying to do as much as possible because of the help and dedication of all the doctors and all the various staffs in this hospital. But our primary thanks is also to Department of Atomic Energy, because as we are a granting aid institute of Department of Atomic Energy, and we get our grant for because of which we are able to give highly subsidized treatment to all such patients. But there is a long way to go. In spite of so much of subsidies being given to them, in spite of negligible amount of cost charged to them, they still require a lot of money. And for these help, we would like people to come forward. There have been many organizations, NGOs, individuals who have come forward and helped such people. And we are very thankful to them, and we are really grateful to them because they have made a difference in many lives.
The overall survival from pediatric cancer is estimated to be 75 to 80%, and the majority of these are considered curable. The average age of a child diagnosed with cancer is 6. Saving lives of children with cancer gives them a future, more than 60 years of life's milestones and dreams to celebrate. Of the children with cancer in the Western countries, 80% survive long-term and do well in life. More than 70% succumb to it in India because of several reasons such as illiteracy and ignorance of family, lack of proper care and treatment in smaller cancer centers, lack of money, no home to stay, no job and no money to survive in a big city. A child has more years of life to be lost or gained as a result of cancer than any adult with cancer. They have an entire lifetime at stake in comparison to adults, in whom the median age of diagnosis is 67, beyond the standard age of retirement.
We are dealing with a huge burden of childhood cancer in India. This hospital itself sees close to nearly 2,000 cases in a single year of new cases of childhood malignancies. The bulk of these malignancies are from the hematolymphoid malignancies, that is blood of the malignancies of the blood and the lymphoid system. Amongst the non-hematolymphoid malignancies also in India, we have quite a big burden of solid tumors. Nearly 40% of the 2,000 patients who come to us have got some kind of malignancy in one of the organs or the other. The commonest being the kidney tumors and the bone and soft tissue sarcomas. These patients too, if caught especially in the early stages, respond very well to treatment, which may consist of chemotherapy, surgery and radiation in various combinations. And even in these malignancies, we can expect 40 to 60% of them to survive their treatment and successfully complete their treatment and live normal productive lives after this.
To give them only medicine would amount to incomplete treatment.
Childhood cancer is an extremely curable condition, but it requires very intense treatment. And the treatment may involve chemotherapy, could involve surgery or radiation. And many times we have to use a combination of these treatments to cure the child. All pediatric cancer centers or childhood cancer centers need a very well developed multidisciplinary teams. And at Tata Memorial Center, we are proud to say that we have put together a very strong and dedicated multidisciplinary team to take care of childhood cancer. The team involves multiple specialists, all highly experienced in their field, and that includes pediatric oncologists, radiation doctors, pediatric surgeons, pathologists, radiologists, a very good and a very well experienced team of nurses, physiotherapists, occupational therapists and various other lab personnel. We are proud to say that we are able to deliver a very high quality of treatment by this multidisciplinary team at Tata Memorial Center.
What the children need is holistic care, an environment where they find loving, tender care, with the path being made joyful, colorful and exciting, so that they fear not the journey and can emerge victorious.
So we have realized over the years that the treatment of childhood cancer cannot only be done with medicines. The child requires love, care, nurturing and encouragement while the treatment is going on. A playroom has been built in this pediatric ward where the children are encouraged to pass their time. The best of the games have been provided to them in the playroom, and we invite various organizations to come and hold activities that would continue their education informally along with providing entertainment to the patients. The ward has been built on various themes of popular characters. If you go around from one room to the other, you will find that there are some wards with on the walls of which are Disney characters. There are some where there are beautiful cars. We did this in an attempt to try and keep the child entertained and engaged while receiving treatment in the ward.
To ensure that every child with cancer coming to TMH receives treatment and other support regardless of family background, we have established our Childhood Cancer Foundation called Impact.
So realizing these challenges which our families were facing, and we were losing 1 in every 4 child to either refusal or abandonment, we decided to create Impact Foundation in October 2010. The foundation has 3 main aims. One is to provide holistic treatment to each and every child who enters our gates of Tata Memorial Hospital, and the main motto is that no child with curable cancer goes untreated, and they go home happily after taking full treatment of their child. The second aim of the foundation is better education, which includes education of the parents and providers in understanding that childhood cancer is easily curable if treated properly, and also in teaching them how to take care of their child during treatment and after their treatment is over when they go back home. Educating volunteers who take care of these parents and families in guiding them better with regards to treatment and care of their child. Educating the child himself or herself who is with us during long periods of treatment, who has left his education, to give them some formal or non-formal education so that when they go back, they are back with their peers in the same class and do not lose their self-esteem. And lastly, educating doctors and nurses who are providing care to these children to provide better quality care by providing them guidelines.
We provide them with support in various ways. Starting with A, financial support. We give them support for treatment either directly through the foundation or indirectly through our partnering NGOs. We raise an average of 3 to 4 crores each year for patients. We give them nutrition support. So we ensure that each child gets a hot lunch and snack while they are on treatment at the OPD, and we also provide them with food grains so that the families can cook a healthy, nutritious meal at home. We provide them with accommodation support to ensure that each and every child being treated in the hospital has a clean and a hygienic place to stay while on treatment. We also provide our children with transfusion support with the help of the Nargis Dutt Trust so that the child gets platelet and transfusion products while on treatment. We provide our children with psychosocial support by giving them enhanced counseling by very experienced social workers and counselors. Lastly, we provide all our children and the families with emotional support.
जीवन है, चलना है, रास्ता है, मंजिल है, जो भी है जैसा है, आसान या मुश्किल है। ओ, जीवन है, चलना है, रास्ता है, मंजिल है, जो भी है जैसा है, आसान या मुश्किल है।
Events such as hope are part of the ongoing efforts to lighten the burden of disease and treatment for these kids. Hope.
किसी ने मेरे घर वालों को टाटा मेमोरियल हॉस्पिटल के बारे में बताया था। फिर हम लोग यहाँ पर आए, एक दिन में मेरा बायोप्सी हुआ, पता चला मेरे को किडनी में कैंसर है। घर में जिसको भी कैंसर है उसके घर वालों में से एक को तो स्ट्रांग रहना पड़ेगा, कि पेशेंट खुद टूट जाएगा अगर मम्मी पापा या फिर घर वाले स्ट्रांग नहीं रहे। मेरे केस में मेरी मम्मी बहुत स्ट्रांग थी। मैं MD मेडिसिन कर रहा हूँ। एज सच मेरे पढ़ाई में मैंने कभी भी गैप नहीं लिया। वो शायद मेरी मम्मी का पार्ट और पापा का दोनों का पार्ट है कि उन्होंने इतना मोटिवेट किया कि पढ़ाई जिंदगी में सबसे ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है। रेगुलर चेकअप और पढ़ाई करते करते आज मैं यहाँ पे पहुँच गया हूँ। आज मैं खुद इस सिचुएशन पे बैठा हूँ कि मैं कैंसर डायग्नोस करता हूँ और पेशेंट को होप देके आगे बड़े हॉस्पिटल में भेजता हूँ कि नहीं, कैंसर ठीक हो सकता है।
फरवरी 1994 में मैं टाटा मेमोरियल हॉस्पिटल में आया। यहाँ पे पता चला कि मुझे कैंसर है।
2008 में मुझे ऑस्टियोसार्कोमा डायग्नोज हुआ था। ऑस्टियोसार्कोमा एक बोन कैंसर है।
मैं जब फॉलोअप के लिए आता रहा हॉस्पिटल तभी मुझे एहसास हुआ, पता चला कि नहीं कैंसर है।
पहले केमोथेरेपी, फिर सर्जरी, फिर उसके बाद केमोथेरेपी, फिजियोथेरेपी या रेडियोलॉजी अगर ज़रूरत पड़ी तो बाद में। मैं
बिल्कुल ठीक हो गया। मैंने अपना पढ़ाई भी कंप्लीट की। मैंने M.Com किया।
मैंने एनिमेशन में एडमिशन लिया मैक इंस्टीट्यूट थाने से और अभी मैं लास्ट ईयर में हूँ और मुझे बहुत बहुत प्राउड फील होता है खुद पे और मेरे मॉम डैड पे और टाटा हॉस्पिटल के सभी स्टाफ पे, जो उन्होंने मुझे इतना अच्छा मोटिवेशन दिया और हमेशा सपोर्ट किया।
As the word signifies, is a strong and positive belief of victory over cancer. It's a celebration to spread the message that cancer is curable. It's the biggest annual event for pediatric cancer patients in Tata Memorial Hospital. This day, all children and parents burdened with cancer pledge to emerge victorious in their war against cancer. Doctors, nurses and other care providers, supporting NGOs and donors, join hands with the children and their families to fill their heart with hopes of cure and promise of a healthy future ahead. The day commences with a prayer and lighting of the lamp, followed by a few words of wisdom and encouragement by the invited guests and patrons, and then half a day of fun and frolic in the form of dances, music, comedy shows and games. A few opinion leaders from the society are invited to interact with these children and inspire them, followed by distribution of gifts and well-planned meals for all the patients and their families. On this one day of the year, the children, their parents, doctors, nurses, social workers, volunteers come together and proclaim that we shall overcome together as one big family.
We have UGAM, which is a team of volunteers who are childhood cancer survivors themselves, and this was formed in 2009. These mainly comprise of young adults and adolescents who have completed treatment for cancer and have been declared cured. They are, some of them are students and some of them are employed. Some of them in fact are professionals, either doctors, engineers or in creative professions among others. And in general, most of them seem to be doing very well. They meet once a month, and on their agenda is mainly empowerment of childhood cancer survivors. These brave victors of childhood cancer have lived with cancer, have lived through cancer treatment, and now are living beyond cancer.
Yet, does their journey and travails end there? No. Acceptance from and reintegration into the society is a difficult path that lies ahead of these brave people, even after having won the battle against cancer. The Almighty sends His trusted souls to extend help, care and support where He can't reach personally. This becomes a ray of hope for the ones who receive it. Tata Memorial, its doctors, its employees and the NGOs are these trusted souls who ably create and strengthen hope.
तेरी हिम्मत के आगे हर एक मुसीबत छोटी है।